Hold on. It's Feel Good Friday with Dr. Phil 2. It's time to fill your Friday with something good. Come on together, let's shape a new start with clarity, confidence, and purpose. It's Feel Good Friday. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Feel Good Friday. This Friday, there's always something to feel good about. There's something always to feel good about. And listen, we know all the stuff that's going on in society today, in life. So listen, if you're a young adult, young teen, whatever, you're walking through DC, listen, make sure you carry your ID. Make sure you are on the up and up. And be careful out there, everybody. Be careful out there. Listen, this is not the time to prove yourself, act up, try to prove yourself to anybody on the streets. Like, this is the time to get home safe. So whatever you're feeling out there in the communities, you see a lot of police activity. Listen, just make sure you get home. All right. That's my first advice. We'll start off with that, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. I want to bring on to stage a guest that I know very, very well. Listen, she is my sister. All right, she's my sister, and listen, we go way back, way back. We go way back, right? So we're gonna talk about what she's doing at Martha's Vineyard, and we're gonna bring her up right now. So everybody, please welcome my sister, Sheryl Wesley. Hey.
Hello.
How you doing today?
Greetings from Martha's Vineyard.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So we're talking about what's going on at Martha's Vineyard. You're there pretty much every year, and you've been really hosting a lot of activity at Martha's Vineyard. So hold on, before we go any further, let me just bring us on live on Instagram. So listen, you can check us out on Instagram, everybody, on Dr. Phil 2, YouTube, and you can also check us out on Facebook and LinkedIn, and we're on LinkedIn as well. So we are live on these channels. And so, all right, let's talk about Martha's Vineyard. Why did you choose Martha's Vineyard for this type of, and tell us what it's all about. Take us from the beginning.
Okay, back to the beginning. Excuse my voice. I've been here for a few weeks now. So there's always something happening, and just black joy. That's what that is. I'll get to this later. Um, so back in 2012, a friend of mine, he was at the time, something just fell, sorry y'all. So, he was the president of the National Alumni Association for Howard University. And the National Alumni Association was approaching their 50th anniversary. So they wanted to do something special. And there is a group on Martha's Vineyard from Howard University called Bison on the Vineyard. Bison is our mascot. And Bison on the Vineyard was created by a group of lawyers from the law school classmates, older folk who wanted to convene and get together, with their Howard University brothers and sisters. So they created Bison on the Vineyard. And in their 7th year of convening, that's when Howard University came in and said, hey, we want to do something special for our anniversary, and we want to do it on Martha's Vineyard, and we want to collaborate with Bison on the Vineyard. So that's when Chris Washington asked me to chair the event. And of course, I accepted. I was like, what? Martha's Vineyard? Are you kidding me? Yes. And once I got up here, it was just like, okay, this is going to be a problem, good trouble. And I curated those 2 years consecutively for Bison on the Vineyard. And I realized there were so many HBCU alumni already on the island and visiting or owned homes here. It was a great opportunity to focus on other HBCUs that are here that don't get the same love as Howard and Hampton and Morehouse and Spelman. So I like to say that Legacy Week was born out of Bison on the Vineyard. And so Legacy Week kicked off in 2016. So next year, I think it might be 10 years at this point, minus the COVID year. But
Right.
that was the beginning.
Wow. Wow. And now that you have gotten that going, what events did you start to plan? Like, how did it start to kind of circulate that you would start planning something Legacy Week? Where did you start with? Like, how could you make events happen here?
Social media, social media is king. Um, you know, the plan was to take the structure of Bison on the Vineyard and just apply it to Legacy Week, and just kind of tweak the skeleton. And so I started putting the idea about it on social media, on Facebook for the most part. And people started to bite because people are so indebted to their own HBCUs. HBCUs are very proud of their schools.
Yes.
So when that ideology started to, spin around as a concept, people jumped on like, oh, tell me more. What do you have planned? I'm like, oh my goodness, this thing is happening. So at first, like 20 people signed up. And then by the first summer that I did it, there was like a larger group of supporters that were down with the cause. And they're still here till this day. Um, you know, my social media group now has like 6,500 members in it, and that's big for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like Facebook because I'm a little bit older. I'm not with the kids on TikTok, even though I would love to learn about utilizing social media more for this platform. But Facebook for me is just easier because I can just cut and paste and communicate with it better and easier for me. Um, so yeah, it started to grow, and I started to take ideas and listen to people, and everybody wants to know more about how they can highlight their own school. And I
Mm-hmm.
also chose the last week of July as this week to do Legacy Week because August, I don't know if anybody knows, but August is crazy on Martha's Vineyard. Everybody knows to come up to Martha's Vineyard in August. They call it the Black Month.
Right.
Um, August is Black Philanthropy Month. Um, there's a lot of corporations that come up here to do fireside chats and panels and parties and dinners and breakfasts and brunches. We have the Martha's Vineyard African American Film Festival that happens in August. So it's just a lot. So I wanted to take that part away a little bit and just move it into July. And I did that because, as soon as you hit August for rentals and hotels, the rates go up double, triple. The traffic increases. You can't even really sit anywhere on the beach. But some people like that. I prefer to sit on the beach and relax. School was a big issue because across the country, school usually starts the first week in August. And teachers have to be back in the classroom or kids have to be on campus. But in New York, school usually starts after Labor Day. So I took that into consideration. And I'm just going to stick with it. Everybody has been, a lot of people, not everybody. Oh, why don't you do it in August? No, no, no. I'm just going to stick. And then now it's like, thank you for doing something in July. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's the week. And if anybody wants to know and they can't remember the dates, it's always the last week in July.
That's amazing. I'm trying to give a picture of this is the inkwell, and I
Yeah.
actually want to share what is happening. But let's go to this one. Some years ago, you were honored by the state of Massachusetts or the Commonwealth of
Yes.
Massachusetts. So
Commonwealth.
the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and they honored you right there on Martha's Vineyard. How special was that?
Oh, that was a good day. It was very special. We had an intimate ceremony. So this is a citation. Finally, I get a good citation. Everybody thinks citations are bad.
Right.
This is a good citation from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, from Senator Dylan Fernandez's office. And they presented me this citation for contributing to the tourism of Martha's Vineyard. So that's a good look to have on the resume, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. We love that. We
it
love that.
it cemented, what I do. Let me tell you, every year I think about, like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Right.
Um, it gets a scary point of the year. I feel like I'm behind on planning. I do this by myself. Um, so yeah, every year I think, like, I must be nuts to do this alone, and for what purpose? So to
Hmm.
have recognition just solidifies purpose to keep going, and nothing is done in vain.
Hmm. Hmm. And
Um,
another event that happened on this place, another thing that goes on. Does this happen, I guess, all the way through the summer or just part of it? But I'll show you this picture right here.
mhm.
Now, this is the polar bear challenge.
Well, the polar bears.
The polar bear.
Um, yeah, it's a challenge to get in the water for me, but it's just
Yeah.
the polar bear plunge or swim.
Hmm.
This is a historical experience to partake in if and when you come to Martha's Vineyard. Um, it's not for everybody. And that picture that you just showed,
Hmm.
that was me and mom last
Yeah.
week or a week and a half ago. And I got into the water and mommy for the first time. And I've been coming up here since 2012. So
Wow.
I was always like, there's also the polar bear supporters. And so,
Yes.
you'll see the people up on the rocks, maybe hanging out. They have towels on, so I'm assuming they just came out the water. But there are people that come and support from afar. But you know what? When you get in that water, it is wonderful. It is not as bad as it seems. They've been doing this since the 50s, I think. The day that I partook, it was the largest group ever in the water. That's not the picture. That's just a picture.
Hmm.
Um, but there was 325 people in the water when we went in, and that was the record breaker. And they still, I mean, it's been a week and a half ago, but they still haven't broken that record. So that makes it even more special. And
Wow.
you get in there and you do morning affirmations, you meditate, um, you do aquatic exercises,
Hmm.
and it's just a beautiful sense of community to be a polar bear.
Yeah. So Danny said, a rich history of our people. Tell us a little bit about, the history of Black people, especially when we talk about the inkwell, and the Black history that the tour that you have done and have organized. Tell us a little bit about that. Why is Martha Vineyard so special? Um, yes, Oak Bluffs,
Oak,
yes,
oak
Oak
bluffs
Bluffs, yes.
with the S at the end of the F.
Hmm.
Listen, I have called out so many new people here this year, like newbies.
Hmm.
And you now you can, like, spot them, and they'll be doing nothing. I'm like, "Oh, it's your first time on Martha's Vineyard?" They're like, "Yes, how do you know?" I'm like, "I've been doing this for a while." For the women, it's easy to tell because they wear high heels here. I'll get to Oak
Hmm.
Bluff
Hmm.
well in a minute. Don't wear any high heels because you'll stand out like a sore thumb. The men, I don't know. Everybody has this this look in their eyes when they get here, and you could just tell that they're here for the first time. Probably the look I had as well. The inkwell, there are two theories about the name, where it came from. It came from, you know, Black people getting in the water and the water turning the color ink,
Mm,
or Black people going down to the beach to pen their sermons, their poems, their novels, their books, and the ink from the pen. So people like to go with that theory.
mhm, mhm.
It's a nickname for that beach. On the other side of the jetty is really Town Beach or Pay Beach, because back in the day, you had to pay to go on that beach. So people get very upset when you're on the Pay Beach side and call it the Inkwell, but we all know what everybody means. But properly, it's on the right side of the jetty. Um,
Yeah, I believe it's this side, right?
yes,
Yes. I
absolutely
had to take a picture without the people because that's not where the people go. But
right,
this is what happens.
right.
So
Uh,
for a few years now, we've had a tradition taking the family to Martha's Vineyard. Now you're gonna have to rub all of your coins together to be there. And so the bigger the crew, the bigger the group that you can fit in the house,
right.
the better it is financially. But it's been a tradition for us for some time to just come out, have a good time, and then we experience a little bit of Nantucket Island, a little bit of that, and so but we
Yeah,
appreciate what it.
that was my first time to Nantucket.
Yeah, yeah, and I've heard of it all. I drink the Nantucket nectar. You know what I'm saying? So I've always heard of it. Gone to school in Massachusetts. Lived in Rhode Island. Always heard about it, but never was able
Mm,
to get there.
right.
So that's one of the things. So when you get to Martha's Vineyard, there are a few ways. Now, I think if you're ever going, you want to plan in advance, right?
Mhm.
You want to plan in advance because if you decide to take your car on the island, you have to plan that way in advance. Don't just come the same day, because you will not have a spot on the ferry to get your car on there. Now
I've
you
missed
can
the
come the same
ferry.
day and get your ticket for the ferry.
Mhm.
That's different. You know. What are
Um,
other things people should plan for when they come?
well, let me just touch on Oak Bluffs. Oak
Mhm.
Bluffs was a historical Black town.
Yep.
Um, that was a safe place for Black people. Um, a lot of the whaling industry brought Black people here,
Right.
because they used the oil from the whales for, I forgot what it was for. But this is where Black people came to work, and they had a cooperative here where they would gather together.
Okay. I don't know if that was me pausing. And let's see. Let's see. Let me bring her back. Let me just. I think she paused. So she was just talking about the history, the history of Oak Bluffs, and we're talking about what industries came through, what industries would come through, and that would help Black enterprise on Martha's Vineyard. So that was one of the most powerful experiences learning. Of course, we know that President Obama and his family owned property there, would come there from time to time. The week after we left, or the same week that we left, all the stars, all the people started to come. Governor Westmore, T.D. Jakes, and Reverend Al Sharpton. Everybody just started to flood the place, and then Jamal Bryant. So Martha's Vineyard is definitely a hub. If you have not been, definitely try to schedule some time to go there. I'm wearing a shirt from our friend, and it's called Sideline. She has a store Sideline in India Road. So This is her shirt, Ambition. So, you can go check out some of the Black owned businesses right there on Martha's Vineyard. You can check out, plenty of Black businesses that are there. All right. Welcome back.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Okay, here's another thing. Martha's Vineyard has
Yeah. The signals at
terrible
Martha's
service.
Vineyard. Yeah. Just not the
Okay,
best.
everybody knows. Phil, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's part of the tradition.
Yep. But yeah, you're right about the wells and the oil and what they would use and things like that. How that the whaling industry in Martha's Vineyard, that was very significant to that. All right. Well, listen, we've talked about that. You are the founder of HBCU Brand Partners and Legacy Week on the Vineyard, and you have just been planning this and really the brains behind a lot of what's happening, and it's been a great success story of what's happening. So we want people to support always the last week of July. Now, the reason why we're here today too is Feel Good Friday. You are the one that came up with Feel Good Friday, the name Feel Good Friday. What in the world were you thinking when you said it?
Wait, for you?
Yes.
For you?
Yes.
I don't know. Sometimes, God just blesses you with a drop of creativity. You never know when it's going to hit you. Some people sit down to like write a novel or write a paper, and sometimes you have writer's block. Sometimes when you're sleeping, you get an idea, you got to get up and write it down.
Yes.
So I don't know. I think it was something that we said in the car, and I was like, "You should do Feel Good Fridays." I
Yeah.
don't know what
Yeah.
it was. It worked, and
And we're here. We're here.
you
I
know,
think we're on our fifth or sixth podcast.
I love it.
So
Does somebody have
this
a
is great.
question? Did I see?
No questions right now, but
Nice.
we'll
Okay.
send everybody to Legacy Week on the Vineyard. So check that out. Check that website out, and you can see what is happening, what is going
Yes.
on. All right, you want to
I'm
go to
wearing a
that
hat
website?
from a business here called Black. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, so that's a
I'm wearing
Black-owned business, Black Joy.
yes, Black Joy. They have a house that they rent out for Black curated events, and they also just opened up a restaurant, Black Joy Kitchen.
Okay, all right. So I already talked about Sideline, where they can get their shirt
So
Ambition,
go,
and
yes,
we talked about
over
any of
here.
those. You can check out Black Joy on Martha's Vineyard. So those are the Black owned. In fact, they created a registry of all Black owned businesses on Martha's Vineyard, so you can go and support what's happening. So go to this website because it has all of the necessary, um, I guess, resources that you would need at Martha's Vineyard. All right. Thanks, Danny. All right. How exciting to hear about Legacy on the Vineyard. Yes. Yes. Very exciting. Thank you for your support, everybody. Listen, you could go check out.
And you don't have to have attended HBCU to come to Martha's Vineyard.
That's right. That's right. You don't have to attend. I attended. I didn't graduate, but I attended a HBCU. I did not graduate from one, but anybody can come through. Our first stop for breakfast is at Biscuits. And so if you see the line short when you get there, go ahead and get in line because that thing, you got to get there early. You got to get there early if you want to get biscuits. But other, several Black-owned businesses on Martha's Vineyard. Hopefully, we'll have a Sabbath service on the Vineyard next year or in the years to come. Hopefully, we'll get that going. And so, thank you for being on Feel Good Friday. Now, this is your challenge. This is your challenge before we go. Tell somebody what they can feel good about today. What could they feel good about today?
Oh my goodness. You know what? Being alive and being in good health. You know, health is wealth. You can have all the money in the world. If you are sickly, you know, that money is not going to be much to you, maybe to get you better care. But if you're in your right mind and you're breathing and you have mobility, that is a lot to be grateful for and feel good about.
Yeah. Listen, health is wealth. That is it. Keep healthy, everybody. Stay safe, everybody. Another thing about Martha's Vineyard is Jaws 50th anniversary. So we gotta throw that in there.
Yes.
And I've
And
had
Juneteenth is big now here.
Juneteenth. That's right. That's right.
They have
Wow.
a big Jubilee weekend every year now. Hopefully it'll still be a national holiday if somebody doesn't take it. It doesn't matter because you can't stop us from celebrating us.
We won't celebrate it anyway, whether you make it official or not.
Right.
We'll just add that to our day off. But
Yeah,
we will.
exactly.
The Juneteenth will be forever.
Ever.
For sure.
So
For sure.
that's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Listen, stay healthy. This is and I also jumped off the Jaws Bridge, by the way. I did.
Yes.
But that was about 5 years ago. That's, totally different today. I just look at people jumping off the bridge.
I think I got pushed off, but I did officially jump. I don't know if that's I got
You got pushed off the bridge
I got
and you
pushed off.
survived.
That's right. That determines a jump.
Yes. Yes, there is a SDA Seventh-day Adventist church there in the hospital chapel nearby.
I
You
think
are
they
correct.
moved it. I'm not sure. We try to find it. I don't know where it is.
Yes.
Happy
But
piece of
yes, it is noted to have been in the hospital chapel.
Yes.
But hopefully we could bring one weekend where we all come together on the Sabbath and celebrate, maybe on the beach, maybe at
I
the
would love
church.
for the Aeolians to come. That would be dope.
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. And
Yeah.
just that atmosphere. Make sure if you take your children, you take them to the Flying Horse and
It's the
get
oldest carousel
that brass ring, the oldest carousel. That's right.
in the States.
Yeah. So much to do.
The sunsets, Menimsha sunsets.
Yes.
Your kids can run free here without any issues. You can leave your doors unlocked without any issues. It's just a place for peace and freedom and friendship.
Yes. Wishing you the best as
Amy.
well. Wishing you the best as well. All right, Sheryl. Listen, we'll continue to promote again. You can check out Legacy Week on thevineyard.com to get more information, to know when the next date is. Just know it's at the end of July. And you can check out that website and make sure that you support what's happening. This is our family podcast today. All right. Love you, sister. And
love you too. Thank you. Proud of you.
Thank you.
All
right, everybody. Listen, Feel Good Friday. This is Feel Good Friday. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, Dr. Phil 2, Shaping Your New Start. We love for you to go like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to those who are watching on Instagram as well. And please follow. And we will see you all next Friday.
Or on the Vineyard.
And we'll see you on the Vineyard. Come on. Just get down there. Get on the ferry. Steam.
You have to say on Martha's Vineyard, not
you gotta
in.
Get on.
On.
You gotta get on. There you go. Let's get on Martha's Vineyard. Take care, everybody. Feel Good Friday. It's Feel Good Friday with Dr. Phil 2. It's time to fill your Friday with something good. Come on together, let's shape a new start with clarity, confidence, and purpose. It's Feel Good Friday.